A man who's been in trouble with Sequoyah County deputies before is back behind bars after allegedly leading them on a multi-county chase. Deputies say this picture, Brandon Boykin's, it's his third time speeding away from police. Last month, investigators say that Boykin sparked an all-night manhunt in Vian after an incident at a Love's involving a stolen vehicle and trafficking methamphetamine. 5 News reported that deputies identified Boykin as one of 2 suspects in that case. On Monday, deputies say they tried to pull him over, but he took off, later crashing. Deputies say they found a gun they believe was knocked from his hand during the crash. And a hearing is set for today in the animal cruelty case against a Fayetteville woman who's accused of severely neglecting dozens of cats. Investigators arrested 72-year-old Morgan McDonald in February 2024. After they say they found 34 cats living in what they described as filthy conditions inside her home. Police say many of the cats were suffering from health issues, including low weight, hair loss, and upper respiratory infections. McDonald is facing 18 felony counts of aggravated animal cruelty and 17 misdemeanor counts of cruelty to animals. The hearing is set to start at 1:30 in the Washington County Circuit Court. In other news today, the group behind a rejected Arkansas ballot amendment is challenging that decision. Wednesday, 4 AR People supporters filed a lawsuit against Secretary of State Cole Jester. The group is asking the Arkansas Supreme Court to overturn his decision. But according to the lawsuit, Attorney General Tim Griffin certified the measure under one title, but supporters submitted petitions using slightly different wording. Jester rejected the petitions over that discrepancy. The suit asks the High Court to expedite the case. The AG's office has yet to respond. We also now know who's running for Fort Smith mayor. 7 people filed before Wednesday's deadline. We'll take a look at the candidates. Whoever wins will serve a 4-year term starting January 1st. City Clerk Sherry Gard says her office is now certifying the candidates before sending their names to the Sebastian County Election Commission. Fort Smith currently operates under a city administrator form of government, but a separate petition could let voters decide whether to switch to a mayor-council system.
I do think there is like a misconception that it will happen immediately, and so I do want people to know that it won't happen immediately, that it will take time, because it's a lot more than just, hey, we're going to swap out the mayor for the city administrator. It requires other positions. It requires more council members.
If that petition qualifies for the ballot and voters approve it, the change would not take effect until 2029. And it's officially back to school season, both in Arkansas and Oklahoma. Poto, Cameron, and Spyro start class today. We spoke with the Spyro superintendent about work that they did over the summer and what he's most looking forward to this year. Dr. Richard Haynes says he, along with the rest of the staff, are all very excited to welcome students back today. He says the campus completed several improvements over the summer to their cafeteria. They added new bus routes, and they're also building a new multi-purpose facility.
The kids felt like they were more engaged in class. That's one thing that I got a lot of reports back about and feedback. They felt more engaged. They felt more focused. They didn't feel distracted. And so as a staff member, we saw the interaction right off the bat.
And as we heard Dr. Haynes just say, they're also planning on continuing the no-cell bell-to-bell policy this year after hearing positive feedback both from students and staff. And with schools across the region heading back, we've got a full list of the first day of school dates for districts across the entire area. Just text first day to 479-785-5000 and we'll send you back a link to our website. And today, Springdale Public Schools celebrated the launch of a reimagined Jones Prep Academy. It will serve students in kindergarten through 8th grade at the Jones Elementary campus. The academy offers an alternative learning program with small class sizes, counseling, behavioral health offices, and more. Back in March, the school board approved a plan to move students and staff from Jones Elementary to nearby schools ahead of the building's transformation. Students won't start classes at the academy until Monday. In our top story today, Arkansas lawmakers are looking for solutions after a consultant warned that health insurance for teachers could be in danger. This comes amid rising healthcare costs in the state. Earlier this week, lawmakers at the state capitol saw evidence that the program funding teacher health insurance could run out of money by 2029. Solutions could include raising the amount of money that teachers or districts have to give to the program.
We need to make the insurance reliable, cost effective, so that the lack of insurance doesn't drive teachers away.
Could also raise the amount the state gives, and they say they want to negotiate with health insurance providers. A follow-up meeting is scheduled for later this month to continue to look at solutions. We also have an update from the Arkansas Department of Health on the Cyclospora outbreak. The number of confirmed cases jumped to 205 on Wednesday. Benton County still has the most with 124. Washington County now has 19. Carroll, Madison, Crawford, and Sebastian counties are also reporting cases. Arkansas cases have also now been linked with the national outbreak related to iceberg lettuce from Mexico. As Reed Binion reports, that outbreak now includes cases in 15 different states.
I'm gonna stay away from the, any kind of vegetables at restaurants and stuff like that.
Consumers expressing concerns about where they get their fresh produce amid a growing outbreak of cyclosporiasis tied to lettuce.
Just try to watch what we're eating, make sure we're washing everything.
Health officials have linked the outbreak of the intestinal illness to lettuce sold at restaurants such as Taco Bell and some grocery stores. According to federal health officials, the outbreak now accounts for cases across 15 states. This after 6 states were added to the list, after lab testing showed illnesses there were likely caused by the same strain of the tiny Cyclospora parasite. The parasite burrows into the lining of the small intestine. It can cause weeks of severe, debilitating gastrointestinal symptoms if left untreated. Some consumers are opting for alternatives when it comes to where they get fresh produce.
I feel more comfortable taking from a local farmer than from a supermarket.
Local farmers tend to agree.
Growing local and having it directly fresh out of the ground here. We're not shipping it, so it has no contamination.
The CDC has tallied more than 6,000 cases in the outbreak. Nearly 300 of those cases resulted in hospitalization. 2 people have died. I'm Reed Binion reporting.
Health officials say that a Salmonella outbreak has sickened people in 27 states. This map you're about to see shows the states reporting cases. That includes Arkansas and Oklahoma. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention say at least 345 people have gotten sick, but so far no deaths have been reported. The CDC says the outbreak is linked to jalapeno peppers from Mexico. They were distributed by Coast Citrus distributors to wholesale and restaurants, including Qdoba and Chipotle. The CDC says both restaurants have stopped serving the affected peppers, and the distributor has recalled the peppers linked to the outbreak.